I'm a baiter. I'm a Ruth baiter.
Ruth, a goon baiter Ginsburg. Beanie Feldstein as Ruth Bader Goonsberg in
Ruth Bader Goonsberg.
what is it? The Supreme.
Oh no. Can you get an MRI if you have fillings?
Of course. They just rip your teeth out first.
What are we talking about? Smells. Speaking of smells, Pete is here.
Oh, sorry.
Is you know about to get a big wall of amyl nitrate and piss right when he walks into frame? You don't taste that in your mouth? Trixie Mattel.
That's the you got at the old factory. Katya.
And welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want.
Because it's our show.
And not yours.
You don't smell that shit?
You don't taste that shit? That shit in your mouth? Impos.
Where do smells come from? Where do smells come from? The
They're
olfactory.
coming from.
The olfactory.
I know it, but I don't like it. Because it's not funny. Hey, speaking of smells, later on we're gonna be taking our makeup off with Green Clean.
Green Clean by Pharmacy.
Getting vulnerable on the channel?
What were we gonna do when we're all barefaced and vulnerable?
Are you guys ready to see some skin?
I've never showed my real self before. What if I say something honest?
We're gonna take this makeup off and it's gonna be the last time anyone actually watches this show.
It's gonna be like The Ring, except the eyes get snatched out immediately by the...
Samara.
Yeah.
What smells get you going?
The part of waking up is in my...
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love the smell of coffee. What's your favorite non-like perfume smell?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
If we're talking about something that turns me on, something that makes me tired, something that makes me feel at home,
How about, what's peppy? What's
the Delta
cheerful?
Sky Lounge.
Really?
The Delta Sky Lounge has that
describe-
smell that they pump into every Delta Sky Lounge. It's a little bit like
Sarin
Dolce &
gas?
Gabbana light blue,
Really?
mixed with a clean pool, mixed with a citrus and perhaps a spicy wood.
Oh, you're taking the piss.
They pump the smell into every Delta Sky Lounge.
Wait,
so-
like Cinnabon.
Well, no, they're not pumping that smell in. They're cooking Cinnabons. Their smell. No. That's what smell. They are the key to memory. Like oily gears and steam heat. It takes me right back to kindergarten
You went to kindergarten
when I
and
worked
made
in a factory.
at the old mill.
At the old mill, the old factory. I worked at the old factory.
Yeah, I've made that joke 4 times already.
But it was so fun. The way you see how delivery matters? Yeah.
It does,
see how context
especially when you
matters?
order from the factory.
I like body odor. Oh. An okay amount.
You sniff those armpits and you lick them?
I'm not like, it's not where I'm going, but I'm probably gonna stop there. But it's not like the destination.
But
like never have I
okay.
typed in like armpit.
Armpit is where I need to,
Right.
like, but you will smell the roses.
It's part
as
of it,
were.
for sure. I know this about America though. We are, I think,
Hygiene obsessed?
too much. We are, if your body has a smell, you're dirty. We are like, you need to smell neutral, like you haven't eaten anything or done anything.
Paranoia.
Other cuisines are more like spicy and high fragrance, and then you're like sweating it out.
Right, we just have milk with white bread and vanilla wafers. When it comes to materials that are involved in a good fragrance, you gotta get that whale blubber. You gotta get that mother
Whale blubber?
ambergris. Ambergris. Super smellers. You never seen Hannibal? Ambergris. Bergamot. Mother of pearl toe buckle from Martha Washington's bedroom slipper. Yeah, like rare ingredients.
I'm not that good. I mean, if we're being honest, I don't think I'm that good at always knowing. Like it's like wine, you're supposed to like smell the wine.
girl,
I'm like, it's wine.
please. Does it get you
just always
drunk?
smells like wine to me.
Does it get you drunk? Yeah. Is it red? Is it white?
We're both candle freaks. Remember you were at my house the other day and I had a candle go and you were like, that's lovely.
Well, because as a smoker, always smell like I have to be hyper focused on counterbalancing that smell.
What do you do smoking? What do you do about the fingers? Just the cigarettes all the time?
So I always smell like that's A. So it's
Can I smell your hand?
Oh, that smells like feces though, because I was doing a little, I didn't have toilet paper. No, gross. But I do gum in the mouth, I do perfume on the neck, and then I always carry deodorant with me, always. And that's it, and my feet always smell like no matter what.
Yeah, I get really sweaty feet, so I can't really wear a lot of
Do they smell like the cat's ass?
No.
Do they smell like
They just smell like a butt. Do your feet smell like more than that?
Mama, they smell like something gone wrong. I don't smell anything.
Well,
Look, you can't get away.
that's perfect though in case you dance.
Oh my God, it's rotten.
Can I smell it?
No, I'm too embarrassed. I'm really, no, I'm too embarrassed. It's gross.
Did mine really not smell?
Not like nothing. Like a hotel room, freshly laundered.
Oh, hear that, boys?
Yeah.
One of us will give you a nice clean smelling experience.
And the other one will like scar you for life.
There's one smell I'm like traumatized from. I'm from a family who hunted people. No. They hunted deer. And during hunting season, when someone's gutting a deer, the smell that hits you when a deer has been torn open for hours and its intestines and everything is in a bucket on the ground.
Describe it.
Tinny, rotten, and wet dog, because the animal's fur is getting wet from the blood. Maybe that's why I'm vegetarian now, but I remember like
that
being
might
this
have something
tall.
to do with it. How about this? Dissecting an adult cat for a month in AP.
Dissecting an adult.
No, that's easier. You just, because it's like, oh, Jerry, he's like, under the weather, whatever. But like a cat is just, I don't know. I can't
Jerry,
get on
he's
this
like
level.
a comedian, he's like Jewish, he has like a microphone and you're cutting him open, he's like, hey, what do you find in there?
What's the deal with college?
What is that, a spleen? What does that do anyway?
But the formaldehyde after week 4,
I know what you're talking about for sure.
we had to wrap it in wet towels at the end of the day.
But what do you really learn or remember from that experience?
Plenty. Connective tissue, how small veins are, how delicate the respiratory system is, how good the gallbladder tastes when you sneak a little.
Well, I couldn't afford a...
Public high school?
No, when I was in high school, I couldn't afford, I'm just gonna say it, a boob job. And I remember going to science class when we were supposed to be dissecting and I painted my left green. And I just put little wiggly eyes on it. I said, all right, the frog is here. And I got really drunk as an anesthetic and I let them just cut into it, just hope for the best. And you know what? Look what happened.
They stuffed it with overdue library books and the rest is history.
I mean, I got a 32D and I wanted a double D, but for...
That's a bargain, hun. Who would spray her?
Now, could you ever be the spray girl? This is a spray girl outfit.
But spray girl is basically to me a contact, that's like jujitsu. That's like assault and battery.
No, spray girl is imagine like, okay, he's big, he's muscly, he's in like a button-up polo. He's clearly like, no, the customer is clearly buying for his wife. And you're at the mall and you're like, oh, well, what is she like? Because I know like what I like and I can tell you like what I would like.
No, that's not a spray girl. They have a super soaker and they have a blow dart and they like they jump from the ceiling and they tackle you.
Jumanji.
They are so aggressive, it's stifling. I avoid them at all costs.
If I worked in a department store, I'd be getting opened up every night after work.
Would you do this?
If I was like this, like big department store girl.
Yeah, shop girl. They would be just.
I'd be like, well, thank you for shopping with us. By the way, my car is parked at the back of the parking lot and I'll be having lunch in my car in 20 minutes. I would make all my money in the parking lot.
I've been on the receiving end of that talk.
You've been the smelly girl?
Yeah, I was. No, even worse, the smelly person.
The smelly man.
I let some guy go diving deep in my little
Wait a minute.
And
was
he
this
said,
drag sex? And he goes, you
no,
smell?
this is regular boy sex. And he said, this is what he said, listen, I love stank, don't get me wrong, but you are a bridge too far. You smell like, and I'm here for you, let's figure this out. And I said, what? I gave him the silent treatment. We got pulled pork sandwiches and I dumped him.
Because he told you you smelled?
It was so, I
what
was
is
so
he
offended.
supposed to do? Suck your filthy little...
He did 100% everything correctly. I was just so floored. I was so blindsided. It was the greatest gift I've ever been given, ever.
The greatest love of all was about that. Someone did the same thing to Whitney.
Now I'm in acid washing with like a hazmat kit.
I love cologne on men. Give me like a
cologne, yeah.
Give me like a big hot Persian guy doused in cologne. Yes. When Dave and I first started dating, I noticed he wore a lot of cologne, and so did I at the time. And then I think it was a mental game of like, I know you are, but what am I? And for a while, I think we were going there in clouds. We would go out in clouds of cologne.
Snail trails, visible trails of odor. Yeah.
Yes, he'd be in like some kind of fancy department store, and I'd be in like something that is like,
your dryer
witch's mud and bark.
You're in like Lavender Fresh by like the dryer sheets. You just line them in every. I've actually done that.
Oh God. You know what does smell good?
What?
Pharmacy's Green Clean Makeup Remover.
How could a product that works so well also smell just as great? Makeup Melt-Away Cleansing Balm, or for the French-speaking, Baume démaquillant fondant.
And it's so easy to travel with.
Bam. TSA.
We're gonna take our makeup off and we're gonna use Pharmacy's Green Clean to remove it.
Let's see how the sausage is made.
So we're using Green Clean by Pharmacy, which promises to break down even the longest wearing foundation and the toughest eyeliner. So this is the type of product that's gonna work best if you do a thin layer working into the makeup and then honestly, let it start to eat away at it.
It actually smells fantastic, I'll give them that.
It has papaya enzymes. It smells extremely fresh.
It smells like Gauguin.
Does anybody else have a Just me? Look at that. My skin feels good. My skin feels like it has moisturizer on it.
Oh, it looks really good.
And just like that, you can be fresh-faced in 32 and 45.
So you can go to pharmacybeauty.com and use code WOW20 to get 20% off your purchase.
Honestly, this is gonna be their new tagline. It took Trixie Mattel's makeup off.
Yeah, and it works for Voldemort. It's good enough for Harry Potter.
We scraped the concrete off a gargoyle. Well, it's the end of the season, so we're gonna go on a little break.
Yeah, I'm going back to the Hamptons and she's taking helicopter lessons in Calabasas.
Goodbye, we'll see you in season 7. Season 7.
It's like, it's happening again.
What's that smell? The smell of the end of a season.
How have we never said season 6, let's get sickening.
Well, because I don't think in seasons. It's not like Friends or like.
Is it cycles? Like America's Next Top Model?
I think it's like, I just think of it as, I don't know, it's just like a rash that never goes away.
That's sweet.